Welcome to the Apparel video guide on how to extract very up-to-date information on rules, taxes, procedures and requirements to abide by in each EU country. The database takes into account the specific situation for your product as well as the conditions applicable to Vietnam under the EU-Vietnam FTA once it comes into force. To enter the tool, start from trade.ec.europa.eu/trade help. We can identify the regulations, rules and taxes applied to Vietnamese ladies swimwear in the UK, for example, using code number 611241110. In the main blue sector box, we first choose Vietnam, then the destination EU market, from our example United Kingdom, and finally the product. To select the product, you're advised not to insert your code, but to find and select it. Once more, the code for ladies swimwear was 611241110. The HS Simplifier Code Guide, available on the Vietnam Export Window to Europe website, will help you identify the correct code. Once your selection is complete, click on the View Rates and Requirements button. Scroll down to a series of tabs with information, starting with Import Procedures. Under Import Procedures, we can get general information on all the procedures, insight into all the documents for customs clearance, and details on the authorities concerned in the destination EU country, in this case, United Kingdom. The next tab covers the requirements that your product needs to comply to, such as restrictions on use of certain chemical substances in the process of production, or on rules on how the product must be labeled. Herein specifying exactly what must be mentioned on garment labels. Note also, on top of the general EU regulations, there are also specific national requirements, as can be seen here, where labeling requirements specific to the UK are detailed. The following tab covers the import duties applied across the EU. 8% for countries outside the GSP regime, and 6.4% for countries that fall under GSP, such as Vietnam. In order to be eligible for this reduced GSP rate, the exporter does need to abide by GSP rules of origin, for which more information can be found in the Rules of Origin tab under Quick Links. Once the free trade agreement between Vietnam and EU comes into place, duties can be expected to change, and we can count on the EU Trade Help Desk to provide the information accordingly. The last tab to observe is the Internal Taxes tab, which indicates additional taxes that apply within the respective market after the import duty has been paid. In our UK example case, the additional VAT equates to 20%. Below we see, however, that there is a VAT exemption in the UK for clothing designed for young children. Note that these internal taxes differ per EU member state. By comparison, Hungary's VAT is 27%, which we can select by clicking on Modify Search, selecting Hungary, and once again on Review Rates and Requirements button. In short, the EU Trade Help Desk is a very useful database to help quickly navigate through the procedures, requirements and taxes that apply for your Vietnamese product in specific EU member markets. Two further key aspects of value to consider are: one, that the database is very up to date, and two, that we know with certainty that it is complete and can be assured that there are no more requirements beyond what is listed. Take note that the requirements mentioned here are legal requirements that products being imported need to comply with in order to be eligible to enter. This is not the same as private standards that buyers may wish the product and exporter to comply with, such as Ucotex or BSCI.